Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Rothschild. This is my new broadcast partner, Joe Bruizer, and welcome to a very special edition of Down for the Count.
Cause I'm coming straight at you. I'm gonna take you down. I'm nothing short of a real man. Hey, you're going down for the count.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. Along with Joe Bruizer, I am Michael Rothschild, and we said this is a very special edition of Down for the Count, and it is because normally we're in our studio, but today we are here at the USW Hall in Marion, Ohio, preparing for July the 11th, Gauntlet for the Gold. Bruizer, I'm excited. It's a little too quiet in here. I don't really like this.
It's very quiet in here. The nostalgia in this room right now is very, very thick, let me tell you.
Speaking of that, this room has seen a lot of professional wrestling history. I've been coming here since I was about 5 years old, Bruizer, but this building is going to see one more big piece of professional wrestling history. July the 11th, it will be Gauntlet for the Gold, a 12-man gauntlet match to determine the #1 contender to the Impact player Seth Allen and the NWA Midwest Heavyweight Championship. Bruizer, we've got former world champions, we've got former tag team champions, all kinds of guys that want to be in this match. I'm excited.
I can't wait. I'm fired up about it. Never in the history of pro wrestling has there been a match like this, okay? And for it to happen here at the USW Hall, I mean, you talk about history, you talk about the NWA, the oldest, wrestling body, on the planet. And I myself, I've wrestled for over 30 years in the same building. I have spilled my share of blood, sweat, and tears. I became a Triple Crown winner in this building. This building's got a lot of history, and like you said, July 11th, we're going to make more history as the NWA puts up 12 of the very best wrestlers on the planet today in the same match for a #1 contender spot for that heavyweight title.
And Bruiser, I give the NWA Midwest Board of Directors a lot of credit because we could have had this show anywhere in the Midwest. We could have gone to Chicago, we could have gone to Detroit, we could have gone to Indianapolis. But these fans are so passionate and so rabid for this company, we decided to hold it right here in Marion, Ohio. We've got former world champions have called to get into this. We've got former national heavyweight champions that have called to get into this. Speaking of the competitors, Bruiser, I have the list of the competitors right here, and I know who the first two competitors in Gauntlet for the Gold are going to be. You're going to find out, I'm going to find out, you fans are going to find out right after this commercial break.
Is that noise under the hood starting to turn heads? Is that spare tire starting to embarrass your kids? Then come in and let the experienced technicians at Waldo Tire and Automotive diagnose and repair the problem. From tune-ups to brake repair and everything in between, including any and all tire services, let Waldo Tire and Automotive get you back on the road safely. Waldo Tire and Automotive, quality you can count on and a company you can trust.
All right, Bruiser, like we said, history is going to be made on July the 11th. We're going to find out right now who the first two guys in Gauntlet for the Gold are going to be. And Bruiser, we've talked about this already. Those guys face a huge, huge disadvantage going in at #1 and 2.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know the list yet of all the guys that are in. I know the guys that have wanted to get in this thing. I know the guys that I've wanted to see in this thing. But to be #1 and wow.
Yeah, aren't you glad you're sitting with me now?
I'm totally glad I have this new job that I have now, yes.
Absolutely. The #1 entrant in Gauntlet for the Gold, ladies and gentlemen, will be the current NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling Citywide Champion, the Pitbull Ganger.
Yes, it's amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be tough all night long for any of these guys that are in a match. But a guy like Ganger, he comes from the streets. I know the guy is a really good fighter. Doesn't look like he's ever lost a bar fight before, but it's going to be a tough uphill battle for anybody.
If there's anybody that can survive this long based purely on instinct, it's going to be Ganger.
It would be Ganger.
Yeah, absolutely.
I absolutely agree.
#2 is, you mentioned earlier, you are a Triple Crown champion, Bruiser. The #2 entrant is also a former NWA Midwest Triple Crown champion. He is one half of the NWA Midwest Tag Team Champions, Malice. You've got a pretty long history with Malice. What do you think Malice's chances are?
Malice's chances are just about as good as any's in this thing because, just like Ganger, You know, if anybody's got the street credentials to be able to hang with all these guys in this kind of an atmosphere, it's definitely Malice. Probably, hands down, the toughest guy in this company, bar none.
And you know, Malice kind of had the NWA Midwest Heavyweight Championship kind of taken from him.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been, you know him, you've known him a long time.
He never lost that title.
No, I've known him a long time. Malice has been frothing at the mouth to get another opportunity, and he's going to take full advantage of this. I can't wait to see these two guys go at it. Ladies and gentlemen, the remaining 10 contestants in Gauntlet for the Gold. Bruiser, as you can see, as I can see, as the fans can see, this thing is stacked from top to bottom. Any of these 12 guys can win Gauntlet for Gold and have a chance to go on to face Seth Allen. You know, the first guy I'm going to ask about is a guy you have a little bit of history with, apparently, I guess. He's kind of out there. He's kind of scary, to be completely honest. Eddie Excess. A couple months ago when you lost that match to Malice, the body bag match, he carried you to the back, and he was maniacally laughing. You know, at the time you were preaching some things, and it's obvious you had one guy who believed in you. What's the deal with Eddie Excess?
I'll be quite honest, I have no idea. I was unconscious. I didn't know what was going on until I was already in the locker room. There was a couple of EMTs that was overlooking me, but at the same time, this Eddie Excess guy was there. And if anybody that I've met, ran into, wrestled, been around a long time, if anybody is just completely out of their mind that I cannot figure out, it is this guy. I mean, he's out there, folks. I mean, out there.
Another guy that I think it will have to be considered one of the favorites is a former NWA Midwest Citywide champion, Graham Wellington. I said it for a long time. I believe Graham Wellington is the next big thing in the National Wrestling Alliance. He's kind of fallen off the trail a little bit, I guess. But if anybody can bounce back from that, it's got to be Graham Wellington.
In my honest opinion, Graham Wellington probably the best technical wrestler that we have here today. If he's down now, he's not going to stay down long. It's not going to take him long to bounce back.
You know, this is a bit of a surprise. The next two guys we're going to talk about, Jonathan Hampton is in the Gauntlet for the Gold, and Brandon Xavier is in the Gauntlet for the Gold. So you know those two guys, they may clash at some point. You've got a little bit of history with them. You explained it last week. You know, what do you think's going to happen if those two guys hook up in the ring?
I think Brandon's going to give it a fight. He's going to give it a go. Brandon's going to try to do what he needs to do to get this thing done. Hampton, he's probably going to try to pay somebody off, for all I know, pay a referee.
He does have a lot of money. I'll give him that much.
You know, Hampton's a tough guy. I'm not going to take anything away from the man's a tough guy. I've had battles with Jonathan Hampton, and the man has fought.
He's made
wars.
your chest bleed.
He made me bleed. You know, handcuffed me to a ring post and chopped me 38 times or something stupid.
Something like that.
The guy, he's a fighter, man. But the problem is that there's a difference between being a fighter, being tough, and having no guts.
I kind of have to agree with you on that. Then another guy that was kind of involved in that whole situation you were involved in was War Machine. And you know that little pipsqueak Foz is going to be out at the ring with him. What Foz is doing out here, I don't know. I don't care. War Machine's going to have to do this on his own. War Machine's another guy. I mean, he's got to be considered a favorite just to his size.
Absolutely a favorite, and I'm gonna, you know, kind of the whole Foz thing that's going on. You know, I mean, I have my issues with Foz. You know, I still think he's a little weird at times or whatever. But the thing with Foz is now, man, is he just got fed up, and I was one of them. He got fed up. He's tired of being picked on and being pushed around by these wrestlers and some of the other guys in the locker room, and so he befriended a guy like War Machine, who is, you know, pretty much going to help him stand up for what he believes in. I don't see a problem with that. To me, it seems like somebody who's been getting bullied has found somebody to counteract all the bullies. So I don't have a problem with it anymore. I don't.
Another guy that's kind of, you know, looking to turn his fortunes around in this is the real man, Brian Douglas.
Yeah.
You know, if he can get his head on straight, he's got a chance in this. He's certainly got the stamina to do it.
Well,
but does he have the right mindset to do it?
I don't know. It seems like, you know, I mean, there's having confidence, and there's, you know, being very proud of what you do, and having, and, you know, like I said, having that confidence in yourself. His is way beyond that. He's probably one of the pure best athletes we have. His conditioning is, you know, he's got conditioning for days.
Look at the guy.
He looks amazing. His body looks amazing. He's there, but up here, I don't know if he's got it up in the head yet. It seems like he's out for himself way too much.
Another interesting, you know, subplot, I guess, in this Gauntlet for the Gold, the former NWA Midwest Tag Team Champions, Alex Matthews and Ethan Wright, Generation Iron, kind of seem to have a falling out at the last event, and, you know, I hope we get to see them lock horns, because that would be fantastic to watch.
Well, I mean, to me, it's, you know, you got one guy that's willing to be complacent, and then you have another guy that's wanting to move up in his career. And you're obviously going to have a separation if that happens. If you cannot stay on the same page as a tag team as well as they did, then, you know, you're going to have problems. And right now we got one guy that's happy with what he's doing, and the other guy apparently is not happy and wants to keep moving forward. I can't hate on that.
A guy I'm excited to see in this, and I think he's going to do really, really well, is James Alexander. He has been super impressive since he's gotten here. I've said it before, he is a future champion here in NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling. I'm excited to see what he does in the Gauntlet.
I think it's going to be great, man. Like, I've only seen the guy wrestle a couple of times. I didn't really know much about him, and I started looking up, you know, his videos and things like that, and other companies that he's worked for. And the man, he's absolutely amazing. Probably, you know, one of the best wrestlers around today.
You say Graham Wellington is the best technical wrestler. Yeah. James Alexander's not very far behind.
No, it's very, very.
And
close.
The thing with James Alexander is he's got a wicked mean streak.
Yes, he does.
And if you upset him, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And the final guy we're going to talk about, I personally would love to see this guy win, simply so him and his bestie will shut up and stop having each other's backs and actually have to fight, is Bruiser Schmidt.
Well, you're just mad, ain't you?
I'm very mad. You know, this is like a soap opera, Bruiser. I mean, this whole thing we've got going on here, you know, but...
The man's angry.
Schmidt,
you know?
I don't know what Schmidt has to be angry about, but Bruiser Schmidt is one of the entrants. All those guys, I'm excited to see what they can all do in Gauntlet for the Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have revealed the full field for Gauntlet for the Gold. We will be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Hello, welcome to JC's Pizza. You got pizza so great, you'll scrape your plate.
Cleaning your plate will be the least of your worries. Now, deciding on all the mouth-watering toppings, that's a problem. With our homemade dough, cheese, and our famous special recipe white sauce, you'll be begging for seconds in no time. With the only place in town with all your favorite flavors of ice cream, you can choose dine-in or carry-out. So come on down to JC's Pizza, 11 South High Street in LaRue, Ohio.
Are you looking for something retro? Maybe you're looking for a little throwback. Well, Tag's Thrift Shop is where you need to go. Located on East Center Street in Marion, Ohio. Tag's Thrift Shop is one of the biggest thrift stores in Central Ohio. Go in there and check out all the cool stuff from throwback yesterday, yesteryear, and last century. The customer service is top of the line. Just go in and see Carrie and Jay for anything that you need old school. Tag's Thrift Shop, a proud sponsor of the NWA.
Welcome back, fans. You know, July the 11th, Bruiser, we've said it before, I'm going to say it again. History will be made here at Marion, Ohio at the USW Hall. Gauntlet for the Gold. It is a world-class field that is going to be in the Gauntlet match, and they're all fighting for one thing. They're fighting to face the man. Seth Allen is the man here in NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling. These guys want what Seth Allen has, but Seth Allen isn't going to give it up real easy.
No, I don't think whoever ends up winning this Gauntlet match will undoubtedly have earned the shot at Seth Allen. And I think Seth Allen is enough of a man and a champion to appreciate that. He's going to give due respect, whether you like the person or you hate the person. He's going to give due respect to whoever wins this match. And whoever wins it is definitely going to deserve it.
Absolutely, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Impact player Seth Allen, but I respect Seth Allen for what he has brought to NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling, what he has brought to the NWA Midwest Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, Seth Allen isn't going to let that championship go. You're going to have to take the championship from Seth Allen. July the 11th, fans, right here in Marion, Ohio, it will be Gauntlet for the Gold. Pre-sale tickets are on sale right now. You better get them while you can because they're almost gone at Replay's Gameware. $8 a piece. They will be $12 at the door. Ladies and gentlemen, for Joe Bruizer, I am Michael Rothschild, and this has been Down for the Count.
Buy your tickets at Replays, 1239 Mount Vernon Avenue in Marion, Ohio. Replays with the cheapest games and the cheapest movies in town. Replays, a proud sponsor and ticket outlet for the NWA